Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. This is the week 12 meal video of our $21 grocery budget challenge. There are two of us. We each have a $21 weekly budget, making our grand cash weekly total $42. We are showing that on a small budget that you can eat well and you can still build and accumulate items in your pantry. I say this quite often. I really believe that having a substantial pantry is what allows you to eat really well on a smaller budget. When you already have the ingredients for the majority of the meals that you are wanting to eat, or, say you want to have chicken, you just go to your freezer because you already have chicken in there that you've previously bought on sale. Or you want to make something that includes ground beef, so you just get ground beef out of your freezer because you've previously bought club packs of it, subdivided it, and put them in the freezer, so you just go there to get it. That means that all the meals that you're making at a very reduced cost. They all become very feasible and inexpensive. So check out what we were able to get this week, or the meals that we were able to make this week. I think they were really great, and I actually was away from home working at an off-site location 3 days, and I just took my lunch. I regularly work from home, and that's great. There's food in my house. But I haven't always worked from home, and we've always lived this kind of a lifestyle. So when I do work from a work site and I do take my lunch with me, anybody can pack a lunch and take a lunch. It's quite easy, especially if you have leftovers. And if you plan for leftovers, then you'll always have something for your lunch. Check out what we had. First thing I'm going to start the video with is something I missed when I posted the grocery video. I was away from home 2 weeks ago and picked up some of this week's items from No Frills, and I took videos when I was in there, and I didn't include them in the grocery video that I uploaded on Monday. So you're going to see them here. It's probably not even a minute's worth, just showing what I got when I was there. I'm at No Frills, and I just thought that I'd take a look at the juices. I took a look in the flyer before I came in, and they have the Oasis juice on for $1.25, and I've been kind of thinking that it would be nice for us to get some kind of a juice blend to have in our smoothies, just to give us a little bit of variety. And these Oasis, they're 960 milliliters. There's a different kind up there, exotic mango. Yeah, I think I'm going to pick one out. I think that would be fun for us and a nice change. I just noticed this. Minced lobster meat, $9.99. I feel like this would be phenomenal for the chowder that we're planning for Valentine's Day. Mushrooms on for $1, and it is pieces and stems, or sliced, or whole. Lots of choices. Tuna wraps for lunch today, and we will add lettuce, tomatoes, and cucumbers to make them extra yummy. All right, we've got the tuna in there. I've added some mayo. We'll get this mixed up. Guess what I'm going to add in here, because I have it now. Some ranch. All right. I'm just adding in a teaspoon of ranch powder, and we'll get that all mixed in. We are each going to have 2 little wraps. So I've got the tuna on and the cucumbers. Tuna wraps and dill pickles. Looks really, really good. Yummy. I am going to make home fries for supper tonight. I'm not sure what else we're going to have with it. We might just be having home fries with cheese probably, and maybe making some kind of homemade gravy with some broth that I have frozen in the freezer. All right. Potatoes are cut. About a tablespoon of canola oil. Let's get these tossed up. And then we'll get them in the air fryer while I figure out what else is going to happen with these home fries. And this is what it looks like inside. This smells amazing, looks delicious. We can't wait to dig in. Home fries, topped with cheese, topped with a meat sauce from the freezer, using up more of those old items. Since I have been away for so many meals, we decided to make a really delicious meal tonight. We have thawed the venison roast that one of the kids gave us, and we are going to have roast with mashed potatoes and carrot turnip mashed and peas for supper tonight. The roast is done. Potatoes, so we're going to have mashed potatoes. We also have turnip and carrot in here, and we're going to mash them. And we're also going to have peas. I was thinking that the roast wasn't that big, but this actually gave us a little more meat than what I was thinking. This is the carrot and turnip mashed with a little bit of butter and a little bit of brown sugar. This is potatoes mashed with butter. And I made some gravy from the drippings of the roast. All right, this is looking so delicious. So we have the venison roast. We've got potatoes, which we are going to cover in gravy. We've got turnip and carrot mashed. This looks so good. And we have peas. Looking so amazing, smells delicious. I can't wait. Lunch today is going to be a smoothie. There's really not much of the almond milk left, maybe a couple tablespoons, so I'm going to use that. But also we'll open up this juice and we'll use yogurt, banana, some of the frozen watermelon, which I'd forgotten about. But when I kind of did my inventory recap, I remembered, like, okay, yeah, this is a good idea. And I also have spinach. So let's see what this is like. All right, how's this going to work out? It's going to need my help. It's very, very, very green. All right, let's try it. Smoothies for lunch. This is actually incredibly delicious. It tastes super fresh. I guess that must be the difference between like the juice instead of a milk, whether it's a dairy milk or a nut milk. It reminds me a lot of when I used to go to the cities, Halifax, shopping. There used to be a smoothie place in the mall, and this reminds me of that. It's really good. I'm glad we did this. And there's plenty enough supplies left to do the watermelon one at least one more time and maybe two. Tomorrow starts another several day stretch of me working from different sites. I'm commuting, so I'm not staying, but we're having a really nice supper tonight. We're going to have the steak. We are going to have mushrooms and onions with it. I'm going to dice some potatoes. We're going to do those on the barbecue as well. And some kind of a veggie for a side. We are still in discussions over which veggie it's going to be. So yeah, it's just going to be really nice to have a nice meal. And I'm going to need to make some lunches. All right, so I used up the last 3 of those little, the medley potatoes that I got from Gateway on Black Friday. So there was 3 left in the bag. This is the last of those, and then just some regular potatoes out of my bag. I've got salt and pepper on here. I am going to put margarine in the container as well, and we'll cover it with tin foil, and then it'll be barbecue ready. We do like to barbecue all year long, even when it is a cool winter's evening. And there goes Graybeard. It's quite a bit of snow today. Randomly, I didn't even know we were getting snow. This looks absolutely fabulous, and we were trying to break down the cost. The handsome one came inside from barbecuing, and he said, look at what we're eating. And really, like, this wasn't that expensive, and it wasn't. The steak was $6, so we were splitting it between the 2 of us, so say $3 a serving. And then I said, and so for the rest, let's say the yellow and green beans, The potatoes, the mushrooms, and the onions, $1.50 a serving. That's on the high side. So let's say $4.50 each for this delicious meal. And of course, that's not just $4.50 now. Like, that's sourced over time. I had potatoes in the cupboard. We had onions and mushrooms already in the fridge. We already had the green beans and the yellow beans in the fridge. These are all over different weeks. The only thing that I actually purchased this week, week 12, was the steak. I've actually garnished this. So instead of putting a pickle on the side, these are dilled carrots. I made them myself. They are preserves, and that's a free item for us, anything that I made myself. This looks amazing. I'm super excited. I'm heading into the Metro worksite today, tomorrow, and the next day, so 3 days in a row. I'm packing a little lunch. Perhaps I should have used a bigger bowl. I'm making a salad. I'm going to add some of this Tre Formaggio cheese. I still want to add in some cucumber, and I am boiling an egg. I'm not going to put that in this container, but I'll take it with me, and then I can add that onto the salad after the fact. My little lunch. Yes, that's a boiled egg wrapped in a piece of paper towel. It's still very, very hot, and I'm not sure if it's okay to touch the silicone. It probably is. The silicone's probably heat resistant, but just in case it's not. I'm on the road. I'm almost at my work site. It's about an hour and a half away from my house, and I stopped to get gas, and of course there's free coffee. I didn't just pour it directly into my mug. I poured it into the free cup first and then transferred it. But what I wanted to show is this. This is literally just minutes away from my house. I thought that was really cool. I'm away from home, but here's home. For supper tonight, we are going to have ham and cheese omelets with homemade hash browns. We took out some of the ham from the freezer. So doing that little recap of our first, like the pantry after the first 11 weeks, really let me eyeball things that I'd forgotten about that were in the freezer. So we're going to make it a three egg omelet like we did the last time. And then we'll just split it in two. I'm going to use some cheddar, and I'm going to use, this is the smoke flavored cheddar. I'm going to dice up. These are the real soft. So I kept the firmer ones in case we wanted them for a salad or something. But these are the real soft tomatoes. We'll have mushroom and onions. Yeah, this is great. Hash browns are done. I just put the smaller pan on the stove. So while this heats up, I will get everything ready for the omelet. We're making one big omelet, and then we'll just cut it in half and split it. All right, I added spinach. Let's get the ham. This is going to be good. It's coming along. This is looking great. Ham, cheese, spinach omelets with homemade home fries and homemade salsa as a garnish. This is looking pretty good. Let me just get, look at that. Yummy. I'm having a salad for lunch again today. Yesterday I forgot that I had the dried cranberries, so today those will definitely be added on top. Lunch is looking great. It's easy to take something like this with me on the road. We are going to have taco salad for supper tonight. We're taking this half pound of ground beef out now. This is the taco seasoning that I got as a Christmas gift, homemade taco spice. And I'm taking this video now, early in the morning, because the handsome one is going to cook this, and this part of the taco salad will be ready when I get home from work today. The handsome one cooked the taco meat. We're going to use the pre-grated nacho cheese. We've got sour cream if we want it. We're going to use iceberg lettuce. We've got tomatoes. And of course, we've got lots of nacho chips. Let's put it all together. All right, now let's get some of the taco. This looks great so far. Saved just enough out for lunch for tomorrow, for one lunch. These look amazing, smells so good. We'll take a close up here. Taco salad. We are going to add on salsa and sour cream to our personal taste. Very yummy. Oh yeah, and I cut up that last of that green onion, that random green onion that was buried in the crisper drawer, and topped it with that. Today, I'm not packing a lunch. I'm taking water, of course, and I already have another bottle in the vehicle. And I'm taking a snack. This is one of the items that Santa gave me in my sock at Christmas, because they were mentioning yesterday that the work site that I'm working at today is having a pizza lunch. So, crossing my fingers that's going to happen, because I'm not taking anything else. Made dough. So not bread, but dough. This is just my regular recipe. We didn't do anything. We didn't get a special recipe that's for whole wheat bread. We just use the regular recipe, and instead of white flour or all-purpose flour, we just use the whole wheat. So there's that. We are going to split this and have a loaf of bread plus enough on the side to make 2 hamburger buns. This is going to be 2 buns and a loaf. We'll see how these turn out. These are looking really, really dry. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I don't base the top of bread, obviously, in the bread maker, but anytime I make buns, they just look so dry. Look what arrived. Very exciting. I know there's been some troubles with the company that we don't really know what's going to happen with it, but this order shipped before any of that stuff was known. So let's open this up. All right, this is super exciting. So we have Best Ever Chili. So that's a new product. They used to have a different one that was actually my absolute favorite. It was called Cha-Cha Chili, and they discontinued it. And I'm going to say it was probably close to 2 years ago, definitely 1.5 years. So I was very curious what the difference between that and this one would be. We also have Alfredo. Very excited. We both love Alfredo. I was actually trying to plan for this when I bought last week's groceries. I was trying to buy some gluten-free fettuccine, but I couldn't find any. So we might just end up having regular fettuccine. And classic beef stew. Yay. They had a beef stew before, and they had someone, and I didn't like it. It was tasted like black pepper, like just a lot of black pepper, a lot of black pepper. So this is a reconfiguration, and I'm very curious what this is like. Creamy pesto. We've had this many times in the past. We love it. It's kind of like an Alfredo, but with pesto. So it's easy. And this is a new one, new to us. Super Greens pesto. Yeah, never had this before, but I do like pesto, and nice to try something different. These were all wrapped in paper, so to be a little helpful, because it was difficult one-handed, I've unwrapped everything. I got a 3 onion. I love this. I use this in a lot of cooking. Red garlic. This is just a phenomenal addition to top recipes with. CCB, that used to be called cheese, chives, and bacon back in the day. And at some point in the last, I don't know, decade, it got shortened to CCB. And guacamole, incredibly excited to have that. We love guacamole, and we love the ease with which we can make it ourselves with this spice blend. You just add the mashed avocados, the spice blend, and a little bit of lime or lemon juice. Super easy. Very, very excited to have all of this stuff. You already saw that I'm making buns. Now I have got some pasta in here. I am cooking because we are going to make a pasta salad. I'm feeling like, even though it's a miserable, miserable day outside, yes, I had a miserable drive for work today. We are going to have a little winter barbecue. We're going to make burgers and have pasta salad to go with it. So far, I have red onions, green pepper, and tomatoes, and I am considering, do I use cucumber or do I throw some pickles in this instead? I'm debating. I don't know. I'm making a quick sauce. This is mayo, ketchup, mustard, and dill pickle juice. I'm going to stir this all together, which I need 2 hands for, and then I'm going to add in whatever random spices that I have. So this is looking good. Ideally, what I would normally use in this would be Epicure Big Burger sauce or Italian seasoning. Makes really good in a dill pickle pasta salad. This is just a mixture. I had like a little blend. Got some parsley. I have some dill that I dehydrated myself. So nothing, and a little bit of taco seasoning because I have some of that. But really, you can use whatever is to your taste. I just like this stuff. Okay. And we just stir this up. And then chill it. It's a super easy pasta salad. And honestly, you can just use whatever you happen to have in your fridge for the veggies. I brushed these with a little bit of butter. They're looking good, nice and soft. I'm excited about this. The handsome one is going to get the barbecue on. The bread turned out great. Very excited. Looking great. Super excited for burgers. We topped the burgers with some of the sharp cheese slices that I got. We also have onions and some homemade pickled peppers, and of course, the pasta salad. Let's get everything ready. These look awesome. Very excited. I have ketchup and mustard on mine, on top of pickled peppers and onions. The handsome one hasn't got his ready yet, but look how good this looks. Yum. Picnic in January. I am working from home office for the next couple days. So that means I can make pizza soup, which is one of the items that I was very excited to use this pepperoni for. I'm going to make pizza soup for some lunches. I'm actually pretty excited about this. And if you can even believe this, this is an old Weight Watchers recipe. I got this from my friend Kathy. Thank you, Kathy, years ago, over a decade ago, and I've been making it ever since. I love it. I used to make it a lot. The handsome one likes it, but he doesn't love it. So I'm very excited about this. I don't have all of the ingredients, but I've got quite a few of the ingredients. But the very first thing that you can see is that it uses tomato juice. I don't have any. I am going to use a diluted pasta sauce as the tomato juice. I feel that is an equal substitution. And I had previously opened on one of the weeks, I don't know what week, a pasta sauce and froze some of the pasta sauce that I wasn't using all of it. I'm going to start with that. And if I need to open up one of my new pasta sauces, I will do so, but we'll see how this goes. A can of tomatoes, I have that. I have some sugar, vinegar. I have a couple of those little, like vinegar packs from a restaurant that I got on Black Friday. I don't have basil. I do have minced garlic. I don't have bay leaves. I've got an onion. I've got green pepper. We've got the pepperoni. I am adding in mushrooms because I like mushrooms on a pizza, and I'm also adding in spinach because I like spinach on a pizza. We don't have chilies crushed, but I do have a half of a wilted jalapeno, which I can use if I want a little bit of heat to this. So we are just going to make do. I do have like a mixture of seasonings that I will use based on what I might throw myself on a pizza. Very exciting stuff. The pepperoni package had 3 sticks of pepperoni in it. I've got 2 cut up and in this pot. I'm saving the third one. That's going to go with the other package for the other recipe that I'm going to be making. And we are going to start by bringing this to a boil, and we're just going to boil some of the fat off the pepperoni. I feel these have been appropriately boiled. Let's get them drained. I have the green peppers, the mushrooms, onions, some spinach. I am going to add in the 1 can of diced tomatoes. I'm going to get this stirred up. We will add in the tomato, the thawed tomato sauce or pasta sauce that I have. We'll determine if I need to add any more liquid, and then we'll get the pepperoni in. So I've added everything in. I had this much frozen pasta sauce, and when it thawed, I added that in. I used the equivalent amount of water, but I think that I might add just a little bit more water, and now I got to add the pepperoni. Pepperoni is in, and I am going to add that much more water. We'll give this a big stir. That looks better. Yeah, that looks way better. I added in garlic, vinegar, and this was like a multi-spice that was a free item that I had right from the beginning. There's probably oregano in there and probably some summer savory, and I don't know, it's like maybe an Italian blend. I don't know exactly what's in it, but that's what I used. This soup smells amazing. Look at that. I'm excited. So we are going to have this with homemade bread, but when you have pizza soup, you can top it with shredded mozzarella cheese, just like it was a pizza or like a French onion soup. So we have mozzarella cheese. I'm going to grate a little bit up, and I'm going to drop it on top here so that it melts. Okay. Very exciting. Super delicious smelling and looking. Very excited. I haven't had pizza soup in ages. Supper tonight is going to be leftover. So this was frozen. I see it's still a little bit frozen. This is pork stir fry, and we are going to serve it on ramen, which in our minds is going to make it lo mein. So we're going to have pork lo mein for supper tonight. Pork lo mein. This was old me helping previous me yet once again when we made a large quantity of this stir fry. I think that we had it on rice the last time. That was way more than just one meal. We just popped this into the freezer. And so now here tonight, a quick and easy meal. It smells really good and it looks good too. Very excited. We had some really great meals this week. I really enjoyed them. And I think that you guys were all waiting to see what was I going to make with that pepperoni. So you've seen one of my 2 recipes. I love pizza soup, and I know I said that the handsome one is kind of, he likes it, but he doesn't love it. Well, he was raving about it today. So it was really good, and a unique way to use up some ingredients. Variety is really good. And also really, really excited that the Epicure order arrived. Just that made me really happy. Thanks everybody for tuning in this week. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate it if you would do so. It would help me, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend.